What's going on, everyone? I'm Ilya, and today we're going to talk about React.js library. In this article, we will try to find out why the React.js library has become more and more popular recently, and why many customers opt for React development. We will touch upon the most significant advantages that can be provided to developers and customers who choose React.js as one of the technologies used for creating mobile and web applications. The React library was first released by Facebook in 2013. In order to understand how popular this technology has become over the past time, let's turn to the developer survey conducted by the Stack Overflow this year. More than 50,000 developers shared information about their work and professional preferences. In addition to the more or less predictable results that describe the state of the IT industry today, there is also something interesting about React itself. This library has become one of the most beloved and sought-after technologies, as well as the most trending technology in Stack Overflow. Okay, let's start. So, what is React.js? React.js is one such JavaScript library that has achieved massive popularity within the domain of online web-based businesses, and that too for a perfectly good reason. The one thing that it does especially well, carve out great-looking user interfaces. With the principle that HTML and JavaScript are bound to collaborate side by side, React was created with a business-forward mindset by leveraging faster web page load speed, SEO-friendliness, and code reusability through combining the two technologies. Which companies use React? Businesses were quick to grasp this technology because of the simplicity it offered to developers. There is the ability to learn React in bare minimum time, code reusability with hassle-free addition, modification of functionalities in the existing system meant allocating significantly less time and budget on development and building large teams, respectively. Top companies are truly enamored by React's capabilities on a business standpoint. The list of companies utilizing React in production is there to prove it. Just to name a few: Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, WhatsApp, Reddit, yeah, and so on. So next thing is we're gonna speak about advantages of React.js for front-end development. First one is component creation. React enables the creation of model-like pieces of code called components. These code snippets reflect a particular part of user interface, which can be repeated across several web pages. This is what we meant by reusability, which is a great way to save valuable time on development. The declarative nature of React also makes designing user interface seamless and takes a major load off from product developers, so they could focus on more important functions and business logic. Virtual DOM. Considered the next biggest leap in web development since Ajax, the Virtual DOM, short for Document Object Model, is the core reason why React enables the creation of fast, scalable web apps. Through React's memory reconnaissance algorithm, the library constructs a representation of the page in a virtual memory, where it performs the necessary updates before rendering the final web page into the browser. Easy to learn. We need to clarify that React is not a framework unlike Angular and Vue.js, but a library that is consistently used in association with other JavaScript libraries. Hence, there is a shorter learning curve involved in understanding React compared to the comprehensive libraries. Businesses, in turn, are able to streamline development without spending much capital on the existing system. Costability. We know that HTML and JavaScript are two technologies that work side by side. React.js ensures that codes are reusable when these two technologies are combined. React.js also makes use of only downward data flow, so even small changes made to the child structures will not affect their parents. When changing an object, developers have to modify their state and make the necessary change. Only the relevant components will be updated when this is done. This type of data binding ensures code stability and the continuous performance of the app. Helpful Developer Toolkit. React.js enjoys one of the best debugging and designing tools. It has a browser extension for both Chrome and Firefox. It goes by the name of React Developer Tools. It's easy to download and use. This extension helps in the development process and makes coding a breeze for React web developers. It helps the developers to observe reactive component hierarchies, discover child and parent components, and inspect their current state and props. Compatibility with React Native. React Native is one of the fastest and the most popular mobile app frameworks, which is loved for its capabilities of developing both simple and complex cross-platform apps. React Native uses the components of React.js and works on almost the same principle. These were technical features that could serve as food for thought for developers. Now let's move on. React is a miniature library but serves multiple possible advantages to boost traction of online services and apps. The illustration below provides a glimpse of what React does well and where it falls short. We shall elaborate further on each particular element through the perspective of business. And first one is notable boosting performance. The virtual DOM mentioned earlier emphatically increases speed of modern web applications because it eliminates the usage of code-heavy frameworks such as jQuery and other bootstrapping libraries. React itself is sufficient in creating awesome-looking front-end designs, and combined with its super-fast rendering capabilities, it is a natural fit for companies to utilize it in their services. Seamless SEO integration. For any online business, content is a king. Search engine optimization is a gateway to boost user traffic onto their platform. React significantly reduces page load time through faster rendering speed and adapted performance in real time based on current user traffic. Features that are otherwise not perfectly handled by most frameworks. This particular aspect is essential for the success of businesses because faster speed is directly proportional to more users, which converts to main goal of companies. This is also emphasized by Moz in their article that effective use of SEO will improve the app's ranking on Google search, and reaching the number on one spot is the holy grail of every web-based platform. Ease of migration. When engineers and managers collaboratively decide upon migrating from an older technological infrastructure to a new one, certain questions arise on the level of effort and time required in performing the task. Google's Angular framework, for instance, faced a very alarming compatibility issue between its first generation and second one. Companies intent on shifting to the newer version had to invest time to train developers in the latest technology. React, on the other hand, is lightweight and practically wrapped around the same JavaScript standards that made developers and managers alike to fall in love with this language in the first place. React code can be added anywhere onto existing infrastructure without worry of shutting down the system for maintenance, and also less dependency to reinvent the wheel. Improve code stability with tests. Businesses looking to create fault-tolerant user interfaces will find React.js as a go-to choice. The component creation aspect of this library allows developers to efficiently perform unit testing, making sure no system crashes occur. Code reuse enables for curtailing time performing redundant tests. Adding such tests improves standards in code quality, hence platform stability. Here we can see a GIF example of Virtual DOM. How does it work? Here we see SEO image, ease of migration, improve code stability with tests. Yeah. So, in conclusion, I must say that the component-oriented approach, the ability to easily modify existing components and reuse code, make React development a continuous improvement process. Components that were created while working on a particular project do not have additional dependencies. Thus, nothing prevents using them again and again in projects of various types. All previous experience can be easily applied when working on a new site or even when creating a mobile application. Using advanced features such as Virtual DOM and isomorphic JavaScript, React developers can create high-performance applications with high speed, despite the level of complexity. The ability of easily reuse existing code increases the speed of development, simplifies the testing process, and as a result, lower cost. The fact that this library is developed and supported by highly qualified developers and is gaining more and more popularity every year gives reason to hope that the trend towards further improvements will continue. Companies realize React's ability to remain relevant in the market, and that is why they are investing wholeheartedly in this technology. The point, nevertheless, was to showcase the usefulness of the React library in creating modern, scalable applications. With users more quick to choose alternatives in this case of poor application performance, product developers have to make an important judgment call when deciding the right framework for creating the best looking and performing application to drive user leads and then monetary sales, eventually. React is the library assisting companies to achieve their goals, fortifying its relevance in the market for a longer time to come. Thank you for your attention.